You see, the other thing is the working enterprise. I'm not running for anything. My career will end politically in this administration. I have the freedom, much as has the president, of doing what we think is right for the country. The fact is that I had a wonderful career. I loved every minute of it. I've worked with some fantastic people and been able to participate in historic events.
Oh, there you are. Fly away. How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel.
Can you feel me?
Okay. How's it, everybody? Aloha. It's Tuesday, November 4th. Woo. Let's get going on with Tuesday. That's nice. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Little vlog, little news. Yes, the birdies are back. I guess. I mean, they haven't quite flown for the winter, so they're out there with their new weird sound too, I think. Yesterday I went for my little procedure. Oh gosh, it was basically an imaging, because they saw when I hurt my back. Well, it got crampy and it really hurt. I went to the ER doc in the middle of the night. So I went to the ER. They did a CT and they're like, "What's that? Blah, blah, blah.
Are you a friend?
There's some type of smudge. I don't know." And they're trying to figure out what made the muscle. It was probably just a muscle cramp, you know. But they ordered up all the tests, and this was the remaining one, and it does a dye through an IV. And you go to the, like, that MRI, CT, the thing goes, and you're on the, they go in and out of the, and then he goes, "Now we shall release the dye." And I'm like, I thought you were done. And then you can feel it go in.
Not very.
It feels cold, and then it goes down, and it feels warm. It's like, did I just pee myself? It's like, don't worry, that's not what that is. And then it's a little bit of iodine, a tincture of iodine, which is opaque to x-rays, so it just lights you up like the little, looks like the bush inside. Yeah, so I expect...
Message for you.
Thank you. I suspect nothing. Speaking of lighting up like a bush, we have the passing of Dick Cheney, who
Crying.
Crying. Yeah, many people are crying. Kind of very conservative, Republican type Dick Cheney, if you don't remember him. He actually started as kind of under Ford. See, there was Nixon.
It's not for you.
And no one is above the law, Nixon, and he resigned before he was definitely going to be impeached. And then they took away all this executive power. No, the president isn't above the law. Which they did right now again. The Supreme Court currently, right now, limited Trump's bid for complete immunity. So that's a good thing. No one is above the law has resurfaced.
Nobody knows.
USA versus Nixon, you know, and so that's bad. But they took away some executive powers. So Dick Cheney as this has Secretary of State, He wanted to try to make power for the president, executive branch again. Under Ford, he starts. But then under Bush, there was the Iraq War. And the Iraq War, man, they had waterboarding and this enhanced interrogation, waterboarding, and he's very implemental with the Iraq War, controversial involvement of invading another country. That's basically what. Hey, look, there's oil over there. Let's call them terrorists and invade them, even though it was right after 9/11. So, advanced weapons of mass, all that stuff. We kind of invented they have weapons of mass destruction. Now we have Iran to blame, but that's all stuff complicated, and it's not to bring up the but that's the context of the Dick Cheney thing. They often compared him to like Reagan's or Darth Vader in the background, or Bush's. There's Bush, and then behind him there's Darth Vader going,
"Blow up the Death Star."
You know, he was very dark in that way. So, anyways, he passed away at 84, and I'm sure that I'm giving you a context because I'm sure the politics today and the optics and the spinning, they're gonna spin it in a
What is your name?
positive way for them, just like the Kirk, whatever the guy, Charlie Kirk guy. You know, too bad he was killed. Yeah, that's bad. But his politics were. Now he's a martyr, and now Dick Cheney's going to be another hero that they can add their story onto, rather than have the true Dick Cheney story. That's that. Yeah, the shutdowns continued. We're going into month 2. The SNAP benefits gone for $42 million people. $42 million people aren't going to have their food stampies. So we're going to have a nice... here comes Thanksgiving. I think they might pay... They're pushing...
Are you recording?
Judge, yes, I'm recording. The federal judges are pushing back on the SNAP payment because they have emergency funds, rainy day funds, and it can't pay for all of it, so they can pay for maybe half the SNAP, food stamp, maybe half, so people might get 50%. But then, you know, Mike Johnson, Squeaker of the House, Squeaker of the Mouse, he's up there going, well, we have to just calculate it. We can't just push a button and it all happens. And so it's going to be super, super delayed, and we have to recalculate it. And so they're even delaying paying out 50% via judges' orders. And by the way, once again, Supreme Court. Now, the Supreme Court today said no criminal immunity, no complete immunity for the president in power. It's kind of like USA versus Nixon. So if the president does something criminal, the current sitting president does something criminal, he's liable. You're welcome. He's liable. Now, the only separation here is it presidential duties or private duties? And so for President Trumpy Bear, when he was saying he was president, I'm not sure if he would contested, he was still... But he was trying to get votes from other states. That's not a presidential duty.
Understanding.
That's campaigning. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's not presidential duty that he could be liable for. So I'm just throwing that in there. This illegal aliens. Oh yeah, and by the way, the false narrative, the false lie, basically, was what they're saying. The MAGA bits is. The shutdown. What is your name? Okie dokie. From beyond. Halloween's over. The afterlife. It's always there now. So the shutdown mostly is about the health care. The Democrats want support for the insurance for people, Americans.
What do you mean?
And if they go continuing resolution, just open up the government, you don't get that. The big ugly bill wins. And there is no insurance or it's outpriced insurance, and there's no health care for millions, 14 million in that one. And there's the billionaires get their $1 trillion tax cuts, but the working class people don't get health care. Now, the big lie, what they say is, we don't want that, the MAGA don't want that, the MAGA GOP doesn't want that, because the Democrats want to give health care to everybody, to illegal aliens. So let me be clear on this point. This is true. The ACA, American Care Act, the Obama bill, the Obama health care thing, is not available to illegal aliens. They are banned. You have to be a legal citizen. You can't be. So what they're saying is a lie to scare people, to say the shutdown's the fault of the Democrats. We want just to open up the government. They want to cut off your health care. And that's that. Dang, man. So, and Peach Hegseth is in South Korea, and they want to bomb Nigeria because they're doing bad to the Christians in Nigeria, which is also a lie. So some reason they want military action like Venezuela. Venezuela's got big oil, and other countries have, like Greenland has rare earth minerals. That's why they want these places, the natural resources they just want. Now, if that's not fascism, I don't know. Oh, and the big Democrat off your election stuff, especially there's a couple of governor seats like New Jersey, there's something in New Jersey. I think it's a governor, and South Carolina, I think maybe. And then the big one's mayor of New York City, the Mamdani, who's a socialist. He's odd, brother. The other guy's Cuomo. He's got a lot of sex offender baggage, and he's like Trumpy. I support Trump, so endorse me. So they're trying to support Cuomo, the MAGA group, but they don't want Mamdani because he's anti-Trump, like governor of California. So he's probably going to win. And now let me make something else clear. Socialist stuff is not socialism, and socialism is not communism. People don't take political science anymore. Communism, the government owns the means of production, so they own the companies. The government owns that and gets the profit. So if you nationalize, if the government backs up oil companies, or the government takes over this or that. See, the government does NASA, but if they did that to, Amazon or big tech or something, they're owning. So, like the Elon Musk stuff, that's starting to get communistic because the government has a stake in the company. They start to own the company. That's communism. Socialism is like kind of FDR stuff, that all those social programs of supporting the elderly and the poor. Hello, I get to. And yeah, that's like so Social Security is kind of a socialist program. So Mamdani wants a big socialist program in New York. The guy's Muslim. He's against Trump, so they really don't want. But he's gonna win. So does that mean Democrats have a chance to start taking back stuff?
Bloody.
All over. Bloody hell. You're being long. I'll say. So anyways, it is Tuesday. I'm just happy that I'm done with my little procedure. Let's go find out what's in Hawaii news. Hart looks to extend his life past 2031. Hart is is what's operating this rail thing, this big giant overpriced thing. They want to extend Hart authority in rapid transit. It's like, because it's big money. Now this is someone was a reckless drunken driver type guy, killed this girl, fatal hit and run. They bring the ashes to the court and everything. The guy pleads not guilty. Finally he's in court and he's like, not guilty. And so they're really pissed off about that. Just plead guilty. It's totally obviously he's guilty. Okay, so partial food stamps and it's gonna be late. Now, to sports. LA has really partied up. This is they did a lot of fireworks and stuff, and they're like, hey, we're gonna make a World Series win in
Sit with me.
next year too. They're already doing that. And anything else here? Probably not. This guy's jumping. That's it. That's the sports. Back in the day. Remember 1972 when you want to relax, you just go out there and go, what would it be like to go to Vietnam, to those nice people, and push them back so South Vietnam wins? This is Honolulu Police Department helicopter pilot dropped in an elementary school in Kaneohe with a session for the kids. Police in Kaneohe social what it's like to be a police officer. Rewrite helicopters, be a cop. Outdoor session copter training aid was arrested. Teachers, they're like, the helicopter. The kids like, it was good for 5 minutes. Okay. And then maybe, political cartoon. 60 Spinets. Lie. Yeah, there was a big, huge interview of Trump. And he basically backed out of it. Was great questioning, great line of, but he just backed out of it and spun stuff and lied. It was like, oh jeez. He was in rare form of doing, didn't really answer anything there, truthfully anyway. What do you have?
Not so much for Thunder Project, not Hanoi. Just give credit to truth sensitive as positive things. Administration,
Maybe this one here.
True social democracy has positive results.
A high school senior warned of dangers of democratic socialism in Sunday column, yet he doesn't know what it means.
Malawi represents existential threat. Raise your hand. Cite article November 2nd.
He claimed every major socialist experiment, the Soviet Union, Mao's China, or Venezuela, has resulted in complete misery and many deaths. But that's an old right-wing rhetorical trick, equating socialism with dictatorial communism, because communist countries often had socialist in their name. To understand democratic socialism, look at the Nordic model. Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland all have social democracies and private business ownerships, but with the regulations and fair tax systems that tame the excesses of capitalism. Instead of being complete misery, these countries are always near the top of surveys of the world's happiest countries. That's because in exchange for high taxes, they have healthcare for all, excellent free education, and strong safety nets that make it easier to have one's own business. David Liecki, scroll, Kaneohe. Thank you, David, of Kaneohe, Liecki. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. There's healthcare for all in like Canada, UK has it. The thing can work. It does work, and I'm counting on that now. And capitalism can run amok. That's why we have monopoly laws, against antitrust laws against monopolies. So things like that, yeah, they should look into that. Anyways, not to be too long, because blah blah blah. Got off political science, took political science, and now it's just all coming back. So aloha. Have a good, what is it, Tuesday? Oh, tomorrow's Toastmaster. Aloha, have a good day. Bye.
Hello.